Hey guys, welcome back for another video. What we're going to do today is we're going to go over all 15 of our Major League Baseball games we have coming up for Monday, July 21st. This season is flying by. We have a whole new series kicking off today. We're going to break down all 15 of our games and try to predict the outcome for every single one of them. Who's going to win, who's going to lose, what the final scores might be, and we'll also be taking an in-depth look at our best bets, the money lines, the spreads, the over-unders. First things first, though, make sure to hit that like button. Make sure to subscribe. If you have any comments, by all means, drop them below. Do you agree with me? Disagree with me? What are your thoughts on these games? What are your picks today? Make sure to let me know, and I will make sure that I respond to every single comment. If you want to sign up for one of our member teams, look down in the comment below. We have a couple different tiers. Sign up there, and I would definitely appreciate it. We go over every game, every single day, this entire season. We're breaking them all down. So if you're a baseball fan, make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. And it is almost football season. Think at the end of next month, we're going to have college football kicking off. We have the NFL right behind it. Once the football season starts, we also go over every single football game every week. We break them all down. We do predictions, picks, best bets on all the matches. So make sure if you're a sports fan, baseball fan, football fan, that you like and subscribe to the channel. And we will be touching on the best bets today as well. The money lines, the spreads, the over-unders. Let's not waste any more time that we have 15 games to look at. Our very first one we're going to have kicking everything off is going to be at 6:40 p.m. The 44 and 54 Baltimore Orioles. The offense continues to swing hot bats. Pitching still a little bit of an issue. Right now they'll be on the road versus the 48 and 50 Cleveland Guardians. This is the Guardians' chance to claw their way back to 500. Cleveland right now second place in the AL Central. Baltimore fifth place in the AL West. The Orioles a 39.2% chance to win this game. The Guardians a 60.8% chance to win. Cleveland 1.5 run favorites, 8.5 over under. The Guardians are minus 150. The Orioles right now plus 125. This Orioles offense, I was saying, they've been playing really good from the offensive side. The bats have been hot the last couple weeks. 4.1 runs a game, 239 team average, 111 home runs, solid power, 70 steals, but they are giving up 4.98 runs a game. That is bottom 10 in baseball. The Guardians, their main issue is the offense. They had a good bat production in the month of April. Since then, they haven't been able to turn it back on. 3.7 runs a game, 222 average, 101 home runs, 78 steals, getting on 3.98 runs a game. It's the pitching matchup. You have Sagano on the mound for the Orioles. Not his best last month, but overall usually very consistent this season. But his last couple starts, he's given up some runs. A 7-5 record, a 4.44 ERA, 99.1 innings, 59 strikeouts. Going up against Tanner Beebe, solid pitcher for the Guardians. 5-9 record, a 4.29 ERA, 109 innings, 95 strikeouts. He's given up 17 home runs. Sagano's given up 19. This is a game, depending on the pitching, it could go either way. Give me Baltimore to pull off the upset. I'm going to go with that plus 1.5, and I'm going to go with the over. And at 6:40 p.m., our second game, the 54 and 45 San Diego Padres, second place in the NLS, one of the most difficult divisions in baseball. They'll be on the road here versus the 46 and 52 Miami Marlins. Don't look twice, but the Marlins, since about 2 weeks before the All-Star break, they have been extremely hot. They're pitching a lot better. The offense has been very consistent. Right now, Miami at home, third place in the NL East. They have a 47.3% chance to win this game. The Padres on the road, a 52.7% chance. But the Marlins are the surprising Vegas favorites, 1.5 run favorites, 7.5 over under. Miami's minus 132. San Diego right now plus 111. The Padres, they got to get the offense back on track. They got to get Machado hot. They got to get Fernando Tatis's bat hot. He has been cold since the month of April. They're averaging 4.0 runs a game, hitting 246, 84 home runs, 67 steals. Overall solid pitching for them, though, giving up 3.63 runs a game. The Marlins, 4.3 runs a game, 254 average, decent hitting, 90 home runs, 75 steals, getting 4.55 runs a game. That might not look that low, but in the month of June, it was in the fives, so they are playing better the last 3 or 4 weeks. Looking at our pitching, I hate this, but for the Padres right now, we do not have an announced starter as of me making this video, so make sure to keep your eye on this as we get closer to game time. Right now, I'm going into this game blind. I don't know who's on the mound. I hate not knowing the variables here, but we will have Perez on the mound for the Marlins, one of their better starting pitchers. Very small sample size so far, but so far pretty good. 3-2 record, 3.18 ERA, 34 innings, 35 strikeouts, only 2 home runs given up. I'm going to go with Miami winning this one with them covering the spread, and I'm going to go with the over. And at 6:40 p.m., we have the 59 and 40 Detroit Tigers. Not their best series coming out of the All-Star break. The bats have been quiet. Pitching hasn't looked the best, but overall, they are still a top 3 team in the major leagues. They're 59 and 40, first place in the AL Central, but not by as much right now. They'll be playing The 39-61 Pittsburgh Pirates. The season got away from Pittsburgh really quick. It is due to the offense. The offense has been atrocious this season, but they have a really good pitching staff. They just need some help. They just need some run support. Right now, the Pirates have 40.1% chance to win this game. Detroit, a 59.9% chance. The Tigers, 1.5 run favorites. 6.5 over under. Pittsburgh, -125. Detroit, +105. Right now, the Tigers, that offense, 4.9 runs a game. Hitting 250, 125 home runs, 42 steals, 3.68 runs a game, top 6 overall pitching staff, really good bullpen. The Pirates, 3.3 runs a game. That is one of the worst in the major leagues right now. 230 average, 66 home runs. They have basically no power. 81 steals, 3.86 runs a game. A lot of pressure is on the starting rotation to keep the score as low as possible, because if you're going to win, it's going to be an extremely low-scoring game. On the mound for the Pirates, one of the best, might be the best young pitcher in baseball. Paul Skeens, 4-8 record, 4 wins with a 2.01 ERA. That is a shame. That's a travesty to him. He's been elite. 121 innings, eating up innings, 131 strikeouts, only 6 home runs given up in 18 games. That is 3 home runs every 6 games. That's one of the best in baseball. That might be the best numbers in baseball. Jake Flattery on the mound for the Tigers' career, 3.74 ERA. This season, 4.65. 5-9 record, 102 point innings, 124 strikeouts. He has the better lineup backing him out. He has a great bullpen. He knows he has a little wiggle room there, even though the Tigers' bats have been kind of quiet so far coming out of the break. You know they're going to turn things back on. I just do not trust this Pirates offense. Give me Detroit to win this game, to cover the spread, and I'll go with the over. Next at 6:45, an NL versus NL matchup, the 52-48 Cincinnati Reds. One of the most consistent teams in baseball. They've been hovering around 500 this entire season. They're third place in the NL Central. They'll be on the road here versus the 39-60 Washington Nationals. The Nationals do not have a bad offense by any means. Very balanced offense, but their starting rotation, their bullpen, very, very questionable. One of the worst overall pitching staffs in baseball, but it is a younger team. Interim coach right now. The Nationals have a 45% chance to win this game. The Reds, a 55% chance. Cincinnati, 1.5 run favorites. 8.5 over under. Cincinnati's -145. Washington +120. The Reds right now 4.6 runs a game. 246 average, 107 home runs, 72 steals, giving up 3.88 runs a game. That pitching has been very balanced since opening day. In the Nationals, 4.3 runs a game. 245 average, 96 home runs, 83 steals, giving up 5.19 runs a game. That's just not going to cut it here, but they are at home. The Nationals have Jake Irvin on the mound, 7-5 record, a 4.58 ERA, 116 innings, 83 strikeouts, 22 home runs. Extremely susceptible to the long ball. The Reds have Brady Singer on the mound, 7-7 record, 4.32 ERA, 100 innings, 92 strikeouts, only 11 home runs in 16 games. But overall, both of these pitchers have very similar stats. But Irvin, like I said, he gives up a lot of homers. Give me Cincinnati winning this game, covering the spread, and I will go with the over. And this next series is going to be a really fun one at 6:45 p.m. Two East Coast brands, the 54-47 Boston Red Sox. Don't forget Boston, when the month of June started, they were like 5 games under 500. Now, right after the break, 7 games over 500. Third place in the AL East. The offense leading the way. Pitching's looked good the last couple of weeks. They'll be on the road here versus the 56-43 Philadelphia Phillies. First place in the NL East, but Philadelphia also not coming off their best series. Right now, the Phillies a 71.5% chance to win this game. Just a ever so slight lead over the Mets. Boston a 28.5. Philadelphia right now 1.5 run favorites, 8.5 over under. The Phillies are -200. The Red Sox +165. This Red Sox offense, they can do a little bit of everything. 4.9 runs a game, 255 average, 122 home runs, 85 steals, 3.82 runs a game. And the Phillies 4.6 runs a game. They have the veterans on the squad, Schwarber, Harper, Trey Turner. They're averaging 4.6 runs a game, hitting 255, 107 home runs, 85 steals, giving up 3.7 runs a game. When they get this rotation fully healthy, it's going to be something to watch. Right now on the mound for the Phillies, Zach Wheeler, number 3 Vegas odds-on guy when it comes to the National League Cy Young. He is putting up crazy numbers. The best season of his career, 9-3 record, 2.36 ERA, 122 innings, 154 strikeouts. Elite numbers. Walker Buehler started out the season looking like his 2017 form. Since then, he's been getting shelled, shellacked every single start. 6-6 record, 6.12 ERA, 78 innings, 63 strikeouts. The Phillies, they need this win. They need to get things back on track. Give me Philadelphia to win this game, to cover the spread. I'll go with the over. And then at 7:07 p.m., we have the number 1 versus the number 2 team in the AL East. There's going to be some fireworks here. At 7:07, the 55-44 New York Yankees, second place in the AL East, obviously led by Aaron Judge, 36 home runs, 352 average, 82 RBIs, video game numbers. And they'll be on the road here versus the 58 and 41 Toronto Blue Jays, who are first place in the AL East. How about the Blue Jays? This offense has been going on a complete wrecking crew the last 4 to 5 weeks. They finally reached their potential. They have a very deep lineup. It's just the bats were not hot. They're definitely hot right now. Right now, Toronto, a 46.3% chance to win this game. The Yankees, a 53.7%. New York, 1.5 run favorites, 8.5 over under. The Yankees are minus 120. The Blue Jays are even, but you can make a strong case for either one of these ball clubs to walk away with the win. The Yankees, a top 8 offense, 5.3 runs a game, 256 average, 155 home runs. That's number 1 in the majors. 63 steals, giving up 3.91 runs a game, which isn't bad considering the fact that their pitching staff has been decimated this season. The Blue Jays with the hot bats, 4.6 runs a game, a 260 team batting average. That's elite. 102 home runs, 52 stolen bases, getting a 4.1 runs a game. Toronto has Kevin Gausman on the mound, very consistent pitcher, 6-7 record, 4.19 ERA, 109.2 innings, 104 strikeouts. Carlos Rodon, the veteran on the mound for the Yankees. He had a great start to the season. Last 2 starts, he's gotten shelled, but overall, solid opening to the season. They need him to really step up right now. They have a lot of injuries. They need him to be their ace, their front man right behind Fried. 10-6 record, 3.08 ERA, 119.2 innings, 135 strikeouts. But I'm going to go with the Blue Jays pulling off the upset here, going with that plus 1.5, and I'm going to go with the under. And then the East vs. West at 7:10 p.m. The 49-50 Los Angeles Angels. You have to respect the power from this team. Top 4 overall in total home runs in the major leagues. Whenever their bats are on, they can slug it out with anyone. They'll be on the road here versus the 56-44 New York Mets, just barely behind the Phillies. The Mets, they got to get that offense to be a little more consistent. 1 through 3, Lindor, Soto, Alonso. You got to get on the same page, and 4 through 9 really has to step up. The Mets right now, second place in the NL East, have a 65.2% chance to win. The Angels, a 34.8% chance to win. The Mets are 1.5 run favorites, 8.5 over under. Los Angeles plus 160. New York minus 190. They need this win bad. The Angels 4.4 runs a game, 234 average, but 145 home runs. You gotta watch this lineup. You have to be careful here. 44 steals, 4.69 runs a game. The Mets 4.4 runs a game, 243 average, 126 home runs, solid power. 76 steals, solid speed, game of 3.61 runs a game. This used to be the number 1 pitching staff in baseball, but their starting rotation, their bullpen, they've been pretty hurt by injuries the last couple weeks. On the mound for the Mets, they have Senga back. When Senga's on, he's one of the best in baseball. 7-3 record, 1.39 ERA, 77.2 innings, only 4 home runs given up, 74 strikeouts, only 4 home runs in 77 innings. That's the control you want to see here versus the home run hitting Angels. And for the Angels, Tyler Anderson, 2-6 record, 4.34 ERA, 101.2 innings, 82 strikeouts. At some point, this guy's given up 17 home runs. At some point, the Mets have to have an explosion game. Give me New York to win this one to cover the spread. I'll go with the over. And then at 7:15 p.m., we're going to have the 52-48 San Francisco Giants on the road here versus the 43-55 Atlanta Braves. Don't know what to make of the Braves right now. They've been all over the place this season, up and down, sideways. Right now, the Braves, 4th place in the NL East, a 56.6% chance to win. The Giants, 3rd place in the NL West, a 43.4% chance to win. The Braves are 1.5 run favorites, 9.5 over under. Atlanta, minus 145. San Francisco, plus 120. The Giants, they're not known for their offense. They are known for their elite pitching. They're averaging 4.1 runs a game, 229 average, 91 home runs, 45 steals. Only giving up 3.54 runs a game. That's really good. That's going to keep them in any one of these games on the road. The Braves are averaging 4.2 runs a game, hitting 244, 108 home runs, 45 steals, giving up 3.94 runs a game. When you look at this Braves team on paper, they look a lot better than they've been playing this season. They just haven't been able to get things on track at the same time. For the Braves, they have Bryce Elder on the mound, 3-6 record, 5.65 ERA, 79.2 innings, 69 strikeouts, 16 home runs in 79 innings. That's a lot of long balls. And then Birdsong on the mound for the Giants, 4-3 record, a 4.11 ERA, 65.2 innings, 68 strikeouts. Give me the Giants to pull off the upset game one on the road. There, I'm going to go with that plus 1.5. I'm going to go with the under. And it's 7:35 p.m. How about the White Sox coming off a really good series this past weekend? They are 35-65. This team doesn't have the best record, but they are much, much improved over where they were last year. They'll be on the road here versus the 52-48 Rays at home. If you want to call Steinbrenner Field home, they are at home, though, nonetheless. The Rays, a 61.1% chance to win this game. The White Sox, a 38.9% chance to win. Tampa Bay, 1.5 run favorites, 8.5 over under. The Rays are minus 200. The White Sox, plus 165. The White Sox right now, 3.6 runs a game, 222 average. They have to do better at getting runners on base. 78 home runs, 63 steals, and 4.11 runs a game. The Rays 4.7 runs a game, but this offense is extremely balanced. 258 average, 109 home runs. They lead the majors in steals, 127 steals. Extremely aggressive at getting runners in scoring position, giving up 3.74 runs a game. On the mound for the White Sox, Sean Burke. Burke having a great start to the season so far. 4-8 record of 4.36 rate. There's a lot of pressure on these White Sox starting pitchers to keep these scores low at all costs. 97 innings, 80 strikeouts. Shane Baz on the mound right now for the Rays. 8-5 record of 4.17 ERA. 110 innings, 107 strikeouts. He has given up 17 home runs. He is a little susceptible to the long ball, but the White Sox, they're not a power hitting team, and I trust the Rays bullpen a lot more than the White Sox. Give me Tampa Bay to win this game to cover the spread, but I'll go with the under. And how about an AOS versus AOS matchup on the MLB Network at 8:05 p.m.? The 42-59 Athletics, they have some awful pitching, but they can hit home runs. You got to give them a sluggish chance versus the 50-49 Texas Rangers. The Rangers are finally back above 500. If these bats stay hot, they've been cold the whole season, but playing pretty good the last couple weeks. They have the number one overall pitching in baseball. If they can get the bats on track, watch out for this team down the stretch. Right now, Texas, 69.8% chance to win this game. The Athletics, a 30.2. Texas right now, 1.5 run favorites, 8.5 over under. The Rangers are minus 155. The Athletics are plus 130. This A's offense, pretty good offense. 4.3 runs a game, 250 average, 132 home runs, a lot of power, 56 steals. But they are giving up 5.19 runs a game. So this is the Rangers' chance to keep that momentum going from the offense. 4 runs a game, 231 average, 104 home runs, 93 steals, giving up 3.22 runs a game. Number one in the majors, and it's not close. Right now for the Rangers, Jack Leiter on the mound. He's been injured this season. He's been up and down, but right now 5-6 record, 4.37 ERA, 80.1 innings, 69 strikeouts. Jacob Lopez on the mound for the A's, 3-5 record of 4.2 ERA, 55.2 innings, 69 strikeouts. This game's kind of a tough one. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to go with the A's pulling off the upset. Call me crazy, guys, but I have the A's pulling this one off. I'm going to go with that plus 1.5, and I'm going to go with the over. And also on MLB Network at 8:05 p.m., the 48-52 Kansas City Royals, one of the best starting rotations in baseball. But unfortunately for those pitchers, one of the worst offense in baseball. So they'll be on the road here versus the 59-40 Chicago Cubs, one of the most deadly offenses. They can hit for average, they have power, they have speed, they have good pitching. Right now, Chicago first place in the NL Central. They have a 70.1% chance to win this game. The Royals at 29.9. Really, no one on the fan side is giving the Royals any shot to win this game. Right now, though, you have the Cubs 1.5 run favorites, 8.5 over under. Chicago minus 135. The Royals plus 115. KC 3.4 runs a game, 244 average, 76 home runs, 73 steals, only giving up 3.52 runs a game. This is really good pitching. Please, for the love of God, help these pitchers out. Give them some runs. The Cubs 5.3 runs a game. They can do everything. 256 average, 148 home runs. That's top 3 in baseball. 110 steals. That's number 3 in baseball. And they're only giving up 3.77 runs a game. The Royals have Noah Cameron on the mound. This guy's a rookie, a 2.31 ERA, and he only has a 3-4 record. That's how little amount of run support this guy gets. A lot of no decisions, 70.0 innings, 58 strikeouts, and Ryan Brazier on the mound right now for the Cubs. Very small sample size so far this season, but overall in his career, 3.8 ERA. This season, a 1.04 ERA, 0-0 record, 17.1 innings, 14 strikeouts, no home runs, but small sample size. Still, I'm going to go with the Cubs winning this one. I'm going to go with them covering the spread. I'm going to go with the under. And at 8:40 p.m., the 51-49 St. Louis Cardinals. This is a veteran team here, not playing the best since the break, but they're bound to turn things around. And how about the Rockies actually playing competitive baseball? 24-75, worst record in baseball. They're going to have an awful final record, but they've shown some life the last week. This team actually, they can't score runs, but whenever they do hit a buttload of solo home runs. Colorado, 33.6% chance to win this game. The Cardinals, a 66.4. Cardinals are 1.5 run favorites, 11.5 over under. St. Louis, minus 135. The Rockies, plus 115. Can the Rockies continue that momentum? That's the big question. St. Louis, 4.5 runs a game, 252 average, 99 home runs, 55 steals, 4.18 runs a game. The Rockies, 3.6 runs a game, 233 average, 95 home runs, 55 steals, 5.55 runs a game. That's the worst in baseball. On the mound for the Rockies, Austin Gomber, 0-3 record, 5.65 ERA, 28.2 innings, 14 strikeouts. He's given up 6 home runs in 28 innings. Extremely susceptible and vulnerable to the long ball. Michael McGreevy on the mound for St. Louis. Both these guys have very small sample size so far. 1-1 record of 4.22 ERA, 21.1 innings, 16 strikeouts. With us not having seen that much from either of these pitchers, this is one of those games that honestly could waffle either way. You could see the potential for the upset here, but give me St. Louis to win this game to cover the spread. That's a massive over-under there at 11.5. Give me the under this game. And this is a fun game if you are up to watch it at 9:40 p.m. The 59-40 Milwaukee Brewers. We played them heavy this past weekend. We were very happy with the result. They might be the hottest team in baseball currently right now. They are second place in the NL Central. They're on the road here versus the 53-46 Seattle Mariners. Also playing really good baseball. They were under 500. They fought their way back. They're well over it right now, trying to catch up to the Astros. They are second in the AL West. Seattle, a 51.7% chance to win this game. The Brewers are 48.3%. That is what you call practically a 50-50 split with the fan vote. The Brewers here, 1.5 run favorites, 6.5 over-under. They are even. Seattle, minus 120. The Brewers right now, 4.8 runs a game, 249 average, 96 home runs, 114 steals. That is number 2 in the major leagues. Seattle, though, also a very balanced offense, 4.7 runs a game, 249 batting average, 138 home runs, top 5 in baseball, 87 steals, game 3.86 runs a game. They have George Kirby on the mound, career 3.86 ERA. This season, 4.5, much higher than his average, but it will come down. The guy knows what he's doing. 4-4 record, 54 innings, 56 strikeouts. Brandon Woodruff on the mound for the Brewers. What about this start? But it's a small sample size. 1-0 record, a 2.61 ERA, 10.1 innings, 18 strikeouts. He's striking out a lot of guys. I want to go Brewers here. Like I said, I rode them really hard this past weekend, and things did pay off. It was very good. But I'm going to go with the Mariners. I'm going to go with the Mariners pulling off the upset, going with that plus 1.5, and I'll go with the over. And the fans are extremely split on this next one. At 9:40 p.m., the 57-42 Houston Astros versus the 50-50 Arizona Diamondbacks. This is a West versus West matchup. The Diamondbacks, a 50.1% chance to win this game. They finally clawed their way back to 500. This team's offense, when you have an offense with this much ability, you can always slug it out. The Astros, veteran squad with one of the best overall pitching staff. They have a 49.9% chance to win this one. 49.9 versus 50.1. The fans, they don't know which way to go. Right now, the Diamondbacks, a 1.5 run favorite, 8.5 over under. Arizona minus 155. Houston plus 130. Guys, this is a really, really difficult game. I see why the fans are split. You can make strong, valid cases for this game to go either way. Houston, 4.3 runs a game, 258 average, 110 home runs, 51 steals, 3.64 runs a game. The Diamondbacks, one of the best offense in baseball, 5.2 runs a game, 253 average, 143 home runs, top 5, 68 steals, 4.6 runs a game. They don't have the best pitching, but they do score a lot of runs. Right now on the mound for the Astros, they have Colton Gordon, 3-2 record of 4.67 ERA. He will be challenged here. 52 innings, 44 strikeouts, 10 home runs in 52 innings. He does give up home runs. The Diamondbacks do hit a lot of home runs. They have Zach Gallen on the mound, career 3.8 ERA. This is the worst start of his career, by far and away. He's a veteran, though. You know he's going to come back down the earth. 7-10 record, 5.4 ERA, 115 innings, 110 strikeouts. He's given up 21 home runs. So he's also susceptible to the long ball. Give me Arizona to win this one. I have Arizona winning. The Diamondbacks, they cover the spread, and I'm going to go with the over. And we made it to our final game at 10:10 p.m. The 48-51 Minnesota Twins. Some team are saying it's time for the fire sale here. They still have a shot to make the playoffs. They just have to get a lot of momentum. They'll be on the road here versus the 58-42 LA Dodgers. First place in the NL West. Right now, the Dodgers, 63.5% chance to win this game. Minnesota, 36.5%. I went against the Dodgers this weekend, paid off dividends. I rode the Brewers the whole weekend, but at some point, you know the Dodgers, the most talented roster in baseball, they're going to turn things around. Do not get caught sleeping with this team. Right now, Minnesota, they're the underdogs here. The Dodgers, 1.5 run favorites, 8.5 over under. LA, minus 200. Minnesota, plus 165. The Twins, not a bad offense. 4.2 runs a game, 241 average, 114 home runs, 48 steals, 4.16 runs a game. It's the pitching that's kind of fallen off the last month. The Dodgers, 5.3 runs a game, 255 average, solid power. One of the best home run hitting teams in baseball. 148 home runs, 57 steals, 4.3 runs a game, which isn't bad considering the fact that they have like 15 to 20 pitchers on the DL. They are completely patched up, but still the talent's there. You got to respect it. On the mound for the Twins, David Festa, 3-3 record, 5.25 ERA, 48 innings, 48 strikeouts. Shohei Ohtani on the mound for the Dodgers, coming back from Tommy John. He's going to have a very small leash here. He's not going to throw much, but overall, it might test this Dodgers bullpen, which has not been able to live up to the test because they have a lot of injuries. 0-0 record of 1 ERA, 9 innings, 10 strikeouts, no home runs, 2 walks. I went against the Dodgers this weekend. That ends today. Give me LA winning this one, covering the spread, and I'm going to go with the over. Guys, that's our breakdown. That's our picks and predictions, our best bets for all of our baseball games coming up for Monday, July 21st. Make sure to hit that like button. Make sure to subscribe. By all means, if you have any comments, drop them below. Do you agree with me? Disagree with me? What are your thoughts? What are your picks today? Drop it down there, and I will make sure that I respond to every single comment. If you want to sign up for one of our member teams, look down the pinned comment below. Click on that link. You can sign up there. We have a bunch of different tiers, and I would definitely appreciate it. And of course, as always, thank you for watching.